hundreds killed in a rocket attack on a hospital in the Gaza Strip. The Palestinian Health Ministry says the attack was carried out by the Israeli army. They say 500 people have been killed. The hospital served as a temporary shelter for 3,000 refugees.
There
was no warning before the hospital was targeted. There were about 3,000 people who were taking shelter here. While we were working at the hospital and without any warning, around 6:30 p.m., the hospital was targeted by shelling. We don't know what it was, but we found out what it can do after it targeted children who were cut into pieces.
Israeli Defense Ministry said the tragedy was caused by a failed rocket launch by the Palestinian Islamic Jihad group.
The evidence, which we are sharing with you all, confirms that the explosion of the Al-Hali al-Mahadani hospital in Gaza was caused by an Islamic Jihad rocket that was misfired.
The responsibility for the strike on the hospital is being shifted between the Israelis and Hamas. At the same time, the US, through the Pentagon, called on Israel to respect the customs of war. American President Joe Biden arrived on an official visit to Israel to solve the conflict between Hamas and Israel. He has already met with Benjamin Netanyahu. The head of the European Commission, Ursula von der Leyen, has condemned the attack on civilians at a hospital in the Gaza Strip.
A hospital in Gaza, sheltering hundreds of wounded people, was turned into a hell of fire. The scenes from Al-Ali Hospital are horrifying and distressing. There is no excuse for hitting a hospital full of civilians. All facts need to be established, and those responsible must be held accountable. In this tragic hour, we must all redouble our efforts to protect civilians from the fury of this war.
To remind that for 12 days now, the Israeli Defense Forces and the Palestinian group Hamas have been striking at each other's territory. Reported by Roman Smoler, Serhiy Kulias, UATV News.